Hello, hello. DM Geezer Jim here. 2024 Dungeon Master's Guide, Chapter 8 Bastions. We're working through this. We are in the special facilities descriptions. We're just handling a couple at a time, just 4 at a time in our short little videos, so you can kind of get an understanding on how what each of these special facilities are designed to do, how they may impact your campaign world, and a couple things to keep in mind should you move forward with Bastions in your games. But yeah, let's get to the read through here. Continuing on, we are picking up at guild halls. This is a level 17 Bastion facility. It's going to require a prerequisite as an expertise and a skill, which by level 17 everyone's going to have. It is a vast space with one hireling, and it has the order to recruit. A guild hall comes with a guild for which you are the guild master. Choose the type of guild from the options in your sample guilds table, or work with your DM to create a new guild. The facility is a meeting room where members of your guild can discuss important matters in your presence. Your guild has roughly 50 members made up of skilled folk who live and work outside of your bastion, usually in nearby settlements. Recruit guild assignment. Each time you issue the recruit order to this facility, you commission the facility's hirelings to recruit guild members to form a special assignment. Each guild in the sample guilds table specifies the nature of that assignment. With your DM's permission and help, you can create new assignments for guild members to complete. Sample guilds. The first one is an adventurer's guild. The symbol is a lit torch. The assignment is you send adventurers to track down a beast that has a challenge rating of 2 or lower, is known to lair within 50 miles of your bastion. The adventurer slay or capture the creature, your choice, in 1d6 plus 1 days. If the creature is slain and your bastion has a trophy room, you can add a trophy taken from the creature to that facility. If the creature is captured and your bastion has a menagerie, you can add that creature to that facility, provided the facility has space to house it. The next one up is our Baker's Guild. Pastry is the symbol. You assign bakers to create baked goods for a prestigious event that occurs within the next 7 days. You can expect payment in coin, 500 gold pieces, or in the form of a favor owed to you by the event's host, the details of which are left to you and the DM. A Brewer's Guild with a foaming mug. You assign brewers to deliver 50 40-gallon barrels of ale, worth 10 gold pieces each, to your bastion in 7 days. So we're going to brew up 50 40-gallon barrels. That's 2,000 gallons of ale in a week. Each of the 50 gallons of barrel is worth 10 gold pieces. Mason's Guild. You assign masons to add a defensive wall to your bastion at no cost. Remember earlier it cost 250 gold pieces per 5-foot section. Alternatively, you can have the masons perform this work for another character's bastion, provided their bastion is within 1 mile of yours. Each 5-foot square defensive wall takes 1 day to build instead of 10. See your bastion map for more information. Next up is the Shipbuilders Guild. Crossed oars being the symbol. You assign shipbuilders to build one of the vehicles in the airborne and waterborne vehicles of the player's handbook. You pay the full cost of the vehicle, and the work takes 1 day per 1,000 gold pieces of the vehicle's cost. A rowboat can be made in a day. First thing we're seeing that actually costs money in all of these. Well, the armory cost money as well. So we are, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 special facilities in, and only 2 of them have a cost associated with them. And only one of those has an action that requires that cost. Last but not least is our Thieves Guild. The symbol is a white key. You assign thieves to infiltrate a location within 50 miles of your bastion and steal a non-magical object from it. The object can be no bigger than 5 feet in any dimension, is delivered to your bastion in 1d6 plus 1 days. The DM may decide this activity leaves you at the risk of retaliation from law enforcement or the victim. That can be fun. Okay, well, let's keep on reading. I'm starting to get into commentary too much. The next one up, so we're doing Guild Hall, Laboratory, Library, and Meditation Chamber in this read-through today. Next up is our Laboratory. This is a level 9 Bastion facility. No prerequisites. It's going to start out as a roomy facility with 1 hireling and the crafting order on the bastion orders. A laboratory contains storage space for alchemical supplies and workspaces for crafting various concoctions. The craft option. When you issue the craft order to this facility, choose one of the following options. Craft alchemical supplies. The facility's hirelings craft anything that can be made with alchemist's supplies using the rules in the player handbook and chapter 7 of this book. Or they can craft poisons. You can commission the facility's hireling to craft a vial containing one application of a poison. The poison must be one of the following: burnt author fumes, essence of ether, or torpor. This work takes 7 days. You must pay half the poison's cost. See poisons in chapter 3 for descriptions and cost of poisons. Next up, following this, is our library. This is a level 5 Bastion facility. No prerequisite. It is a roomy space with one hireling and the Bastion order of research. This library contains a collection of books plus one or more desks and reading chairs. Now, the order is research, topical lore. When you issue the research order to this facility, you commission the facility's hirelings to research a topic. The topic can be a legend, a known event or location, a person of significance, a type of creature, or a famous object. The work takes 7 days. When the research concludes, the hireling obtains up to 3 accurate pieces of information about the topic that were unknown to you, the players, and shares this knowledge with you the next time you speak with them. The DM will determine what information you learn. And the last one we're going to look at is the meditation chamber. This is a little bit minor. We'll see what it goes on. It's mid-tier. Level 13 Bastion facility. Prerequisite none. Space cramped. This is a 10-foot by 10-foot room, a little closet. There is one hireling, and the order is to empower you. The meditation chamber is a relaxing space that helps align one's mind, body, and spirit. Empowerer, inner peace. When you issue the empower order to this facility, your Bastion's hirelings can use the meditation chamber to gain a measure of inner peace. The next time you roll for a Bastion event, you can roll twice and choose either result. Fortify self. You can meditate in this facility over a period of 7 days. If you leave the Bastion during this time, you gain no benefit. Otherwise, at the end of the 7th day, you gain advantage on 2 kinds of savings throws for the next 7 days, determined randomly on the table below. Re-roll if you get a duplicate result. So strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. And that's going to be it for the meditation chamber. So these are our 4 that we're looking at today: the guild hall, the laboratory, the library, the meditation chamber. Let's start with the guild hall. This is a level 17 Bastion facility. I don't ever see, I don't foresee you guys using guild halls unless it's a long-term sandbox player-driven campaign, and your players have obviously, done enough work to want to build this up. The guild hall is definitely veering more towards player management, a sim management, we're now giving orders to underlings to go do things, and it is not a bad system for you to assist us DMs in regards to implementing these activities. Now, one of the things that I do want to point out that kind of pops up here is your guild has roughly 50 members made up of skilled folk who live and work outside of your bastion, usually in nearby settlements. All of a sudden, this kind of makes us roll backwards and think of, okay, well, can we put our bastions 500 miles off into the wilderness? Not really, because they have to be able, every single one of the recruit orders is drawing from a local population. 50 people are going to go work for your guild hall, which means they come from settlements near or around here, or you're starting to build a town around your bastion, or you're putting your bastion near smaller towns. My point being is when you start putting in bastions, due to some of the requirements of the special facilities, us as GMs, DMs, we also have to plan on the geography and the populations around the bastion centers. You need to be able to provide for the resources. In my opinion, it needs to make sense. We just can't have 2,000 gallons of ale magically appear on my mountaintop bastion 5,000 miles away from the nearest settlement and still be able to sell it in 7 days. All of a sudden, you're starting to see that implementing a bastion and the special features that come with bastions can and will have an outsized impact on designing your world. They can and will have an impact on planning your campaigns. A lot of stuff that you don't necessarily realize that you're going to need to plan for around the bastions, around using bastions, until you read them and really give it some thought. So the guild hall is something that really pops that into the forefront. In order for the guild hall to function, you got to have 50 more NPCs that are added to the bastion, which had to come from somewhere. So you need to plan accordingly when you're placing your bastions around your maps. Anyway, that's one thing I want to point out there. The Thieves Guild could have a lot of fun. Obviously, if they're stealing something from a local noble within 50 miles of your bastion, You have to have a local noble within 50 miles of your bastion. So you're not too far out in the wild, but you can also expose your bastion and your guild to retaliation. It's up to the DM to decide that. Laboratory, not too bad. This feels relatively well balanced for its level. You're getting a couple potions or a poison in 7 days of work. That's really it. That feels fair. Library can be interesting. There's a lot of times where, a lot of adventures are predicated on your players finding something out that they don't know about. So if you're drip feeding clues to them and they're not getting it, a library can definitely pause that up. The NPC saying, hey, guys, I just learned these 3 unique things. What it is, where it's at, and how to get there. Oh, praise the Lord, we can move forward with our campaign. The library can definitely provide us as dungeon masters an extra avenue to give our players information and clues for our adventure without beating them over the head with it, without there always being a secret logbook or a note in someone's pocket or overhearing a conversation. The library can give us literary reinforcement for lore. I do like it. Meditation Chamber is the last one we looked at. The Fortify Self. Now, this is level 13. So a player having advantage on 2 saving throw categories of their kind for the next 7 days at this level, that's steep. Why is that steep? Because at level 13, we're not attacking armor classes as much anymore. Most of our characters are running around with like 22, 20, our softest character going to have 18, 19 armor class. They're going to throw up mage armor, have 22, 21. They're going to put up shield, they're going to have 26. You're going to have wizards walking around with 26 armor class at level 13 in combat. So by now, we have already learned not to always attack the armor class of our characters. We're starting to go for saving throws. Now, the Fortify Self can mess that up because now they're going to have advantage on the one thing that we can still attack at level 13. So use some caution. Keep this in mind. The Meditation Chamber can definitely empower characters for a brief period of time. 7 days being a brief period in most situations. So that's it. That's it. Yeah. We're going to pick up on our next read-through, or on our next video. We'll get into the Menagerie, the Observatory, the Pub, and the Reliquary. We're working through the special facilities in Chapter 8, the Bastions chapter. Not a huge fan of the concept as whole, but there are some useful tools in here. I think if you're a fan of the Bastions, there's certainly ways to implement them. There's just things that you need to be aware of and cautious of as you're setting them up. Appreciate you guys being here. Likes, follows, subscribes. All those cool things are always appreciated. Join us over on Twitch for live chat. But more than anything, your time is a valuable thing, and I appreciate you sharing it. And hopefully we'll catch you back for more videos soon. Take care.